Thank you.
Welcome to the news on Zodiac with me, Twesa Ngosi. First, the headlines. United Kingdom says death penalty undermines human dignity. We have a full story. Southern Africa People's Solidarity Network implores countries to appeal for unconditional debt cancellation in the wake of COVID-19. Gazetting of first open tollgate fees sparks public outrage. And immigration officers at Songo border under fire for demanding money from travelers, but no receipts are issued. Now the news in detail. The British High Commission to Malawi says the United Kingdom does not support the death penalty as it undermines the human dignity, with the underlying observation that any miscarriage of justice in such instance is irreversible. In a statement released Friday, signed by UK envoy to Malawi Fiona Ritchie, the former colonial master has made an appeal to the government of Malawi and Parliament to find alternative means to remove from the country's laws the death penalty, which the Supreme Court of Appeal has ruled it still stands. We'll bring you this report later in the bulletin. The Southern Africa People's Solidarity Network, SAPSIN, has implored SADC member states and governments to appeal for unconditional debt cancellation in the face of COVID-19 pandemic. SAPSIN Programs Manager John Maketo from Harare observes that most SADC member states have huge debts that exceeds their capacity, and they now face a double burden with COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking on Friday in Lilongwe at the closure of the SADC People's Summit, Maketo feared this will paralyze economies. So Selina Ngoma has filed this report.
The Southern Africa People's Solidarity Network has noted that Southern region countries have unsustainable sovereign debts in the region that have heavily burdened the livelihoods of women, youths, children, and people with disabilities more than supporting them. SAPSIN, whose role is mobilizing citizens of the regions and defending their human dignity and protection of their fundamental human rights, is concerned with a number of issues, and therefore they commit to heighten their level of solidarity and offer each other maximum support in their campaign to reclaim a just and equitable SADC.
In the Southern Africa region, we have relied more on borrowing in order to finance our development. And the issue is that we are saying in order for us to be free from this debt trap, because currently what is happening is that countries in the region, they are borrowing from Peter in order to pay John.
The former Secretary General for SASPIN, Dalitso Kubalasa, has advised the new chairperson for SADC to take people's views seriously and in consideration, as this will help all issues to be tackled.
Sometimes it becomes very easy for us to descend into a blame game, that okay, it's this one who is at fault or this one who is at fault, and then getting obsessed with the blame game instead of focusing on the solutions.
The SADC People's Summit communique was held under the theme Elevate Justice and Equality.
Meanwhile, Vice President Dr. Saulos Chilima has commended Malawians for successfully hosting the 41st SADC Summit from 9th to 19th this month. On Friday, Dr. Chilima visited Kamuzu International Airport, Bingu International Convention Center, BICC, Capital Hotel, Golden Peacock, and Lilongwe City Council to appreciate owners of the premises on their role during the SADC Summit. On her part, Lilongwe City Council Mayor Juliana Kaduya has committed to maintain the high standards that were set during the summit, including cleanliness. We have this report filed by Western Guta.
Vice President Saulos Chilima has said if Malawians did not own the summit, it could not be a success.
He said this in Lilongwe when he visited the Kamuzu International Airport, the Bingu International Convention Center, Capital and Godel Pico hotels and the Lilongwe City Council, where he commended them for professionally discharging their duties. Chirima added that even the delegates expressed satisfaction with the friendliness and the environment, hence the commendation, and appealed for Malawians to keep up the good work.
We had put a lot of pressure on people to make sure that we deliver a summit that is memorable. Now the summit is long. We needed to come and give feedback to the people that played a major role. The airport is point of entry and departure. The City Council are the custodians of goods and services here. And therefore, I thought I could come out here and in person tell them that we appreciate what they have done.
The Lilongwe City Council Mayor Juliana Kaduya has since said this has encouraged them to do more.
What a lot of people do is just to criticize on the wrong things. But here we have done well, and the VP came here to appreciate for whatever we've done. We would like to thank him for what he has shown to us as the City Council, for what he has shown to us as Malawi, for the continuity of whatever we've been doing during this set. We'll continue with whatever we are doing, and people will see more change.
Malawi hosted the Southern African Development Community Zodiak Summit from 9th up until 19th August. For Zodiac, I am Western Guta.
A public discussion has ensued in the country following the gazetting of operations of toll gates in the country. The discussion is largely about the timing in view of what the discussants say a harsh economic environment. Executive Director of the Consumers Association of Malawi, Kama John Capito, has joined the discourse, suggesting the Roads Fund Administration should have first engaged citizens before effecting the exercise. Social commentator Victor Chipofia feels the timing is insensitive. We have this report filed by Western Guta.
According to the Roads Fund Administration, on the toll gate fees in circulation, the minimum from light vehicles is 1,700 kwacha and the maximum in abnormal vehicles is 50,000 kwacha. This has not gone down well with some sections of the society who believe the fees are punishing Malawians, and the Human Rights Defenders Coalition, for instance, has expressed shock that government has decided to, in its words, play an evil taxman by overtaxing Malawians, adding that even the minimum 1,700 kwacha is on the higher side. On his part, the Consumers Association of Malawi Executive Director John Capito feels that the Roads Fund Administration should have consulted Malawians and considered their economic plight, and that the issue has come at the wrong time.
We have noted that not much has been done to educate consumers on the benefits of a toll gate. Now you put up a toll gate. What benefit is it going to do to the consumer and they paying such a huge amount of money? This is the challenge that I think everybody should have thought about.
Social commentator Victor Chipofia is of the view that Malawians are burdened already with taxes.
We are one of the most taxed countries in Africa. Unfortunately, we don't see how those taxes are used, and there's high levels of corruption. So the money that is taxed for Malawians is used by government officials in a way that's not beneficial to the citizens.
Malawi has its first toll gates at Chingen in Balaka and Kalinyeke in Dedza. For Zodiac, I am Western Guta.
Meanwhile, Roads Fund Administration spokesperson Masauko Ngwaluko says the public should focus more on the benefits of the revenue collected in these toll gates as justification for commencement. Some travelers from Karonga who frequent Kyela in neighboring Tanzania using border passes are alleging that immigration officers are demanding 1,000 kwacha from each traveler, for which no receipts are being issued. Our reporter in Karonga, Adam Zundaninge, spoke to some of the travelers who expressed surprise that they now have to pay for a pass known to be for free. Songo Immigration Office officer in charge Richard Chidwala told us he's ignorant about the development but suspected those paying could be conniving with the officers involved. This report by Adam Zundaninge in Karonga.
It's another busy day at Songwe border in Karonga, 46 kilometers away from Karonga Boma. As usual, a lot of people are flocking to Kyela in the neighboring Tanzania to buy goods, and upon reaching the immigration office, they are asked to pay 1,000 kwacha for them to be given a border pass. This is happening against a background that the border pass is only issued to travelers within a radius of 7 kilometers away, while those outside Karonga should have a passport.
A female immigration officer told me to pay 1,000 kwacha for her to issue me a border pass. So it's true. It happened, and I asked her, if I give you 1,000 kwacha, will you be able to give me a receipt? For her, she said this money is being used for stationery.
When contacted for comment, officer in charge for the Department of Immigration at Songwe border, Mr. Richard Chidwala, while expressing ignorance on the matter, hinted that some officers might be conniving with travelers and the documents are supposed to be given for free.
The border pass is only used by those people within the border area, a radius of 7 kilometers along the border area, and it is issued for free to Malawians who are within the border area going to do some small things at the other side of the border.
It is our expectation that the responsible department will do all it can in curtailing the syndicate. Reporting for ZBS News, this is Adam.
New Ombudsman Grace Malera says when she takes office on September 1st, her priorities shall include enhancing constructive dialogue and taking the office to the people. This, she says, she would do to increase public understanding of the mandate of the office. Malera says, who says has now been officially confirmed in this position, understands the high expectations that the public has given the mark left by her predecessor, Martha Chizuma. Bilian Tambala reports.
The activeness of former Ombudsman Martha Chizuma raised the bar for the office, so much so that many now have high expectations from the office for redress on injustices from public offices. The incoming Ombudsman Grace Malera says she is set to hit the ground running, as it were left by her predecessor, with focus on enhancing constructive dialogue and engagement with stakeholders.
I will ensure that there's always that room for constructive dialogue, for engaging with all government departments and agencies. They need to understand the mandate of the office, and they also need to understand exactly how to operate within the parameters of the law, so that they're not contravening or they're not operating outside of the permitted parameters where administrative justice is concerned.
In addition, the new ombudsman says her focus will be on increasing sectoral ombudsman and strategic communication to broaden outreach and access for redress by all in both urban and rural settings. Currently, she says she understands there are court cases pushing for adherence to determination made by her predecessor.
When people understand the mandate of your office, and when you issue out those directives and determinations, they will be inclined to comply with the determinations from the office, because they exactly understand where you are coming from. In the event that that is not done, the law also provides very clear provisions in terms of how you can get enforcement of the decisions from the Office of the Ombudsman. So that's also something that I'll be taking over from where my predecessor has left. I'm aware that right now there's some few decisions from the Office of the Ombudsman that are being challenged in the courts. That's where we start from.
And now, with the hype created and demand for redress that surely will overwhelm financing, Malera says will use her background and experience in the international NGO sector to enhance resource mobilization based beyond government subvention. The office has been in existence since mid-1990s.
You're watching the news here on Zodiac. We'll be back with more after this.
Malawi Assemblies of God University, a reputable university registered and accredited by Malawi government through the National Council for Higher Education, is pleased to announce its August 2021 intake. Programs offered: Faculty of Commerce, Faculty of Education, and Faculty of Theology. For more information, contact 0884 538 163.
Mona Malawi anzanga, nkhondo yogonjetsa covid-19 ndi ya wina aliyense. Tili limodzi. Ine ndinasankha kulandira katemera wa covid-19 atangoyamba kuperekedwa chifukwa monga namwino moyo wanga, umoyo wa odwala amene ndimawasamalira, abale anga ndi dera langa ndi zinthu zomwe ndimazika pa mtima panga kwambiri. Katemera wa covid-19 anditeteza ine ndi ena omwe analandira katemerayu ku chiopsezo choti tingadwale mwakayakaya, kugonekedwa mchipatala kapena kutaya moyo wathu chifukwa cha covid-19. Kulandira katemerayu kutithandiza kuthana ndi mliri wa covid-19 limodzi.
Ziwani zambiri za katemerayu ndi kupanga chisankho cha nzeru. Sankhani katemera, tetezani tsogolo.
We are Charismatic Private School. Charismatic Private School is informing the general public that it is opening day and boarding school at Filipina Memorial School. Charismatic School has kindergarten, primary and secondary school. The school has school buses which ferry learners around Lilongwe. Charismatic School has conducive learning environment suiting your child. Charismatic School is situated at Area 22B and Kapini, while Filipina Memorial Boarding School is situated at Area 23 Benito Lilongwe. For more information, contact Charismatic School on the following numbers. Charismatic Filipina, creating brighter society.
Munthu mmodzi payekha sangamange mudzi, koma anthu angapo kubwera pamodzi timati uwu nde mudzi. Pamodzi tili ndi kuthekera kobweretsa chitukuko mdera lathu. Network yathu ya Chimalawi ya TNM yakhala ikuthandiza madera ambiri mu njira zosiyanasiyana. Komano pano TNM ikufuna kupitiriza ntchitoyi mogwirizana ndi ife eni ake amudzi. Ndinkani yabweretsa TNM mudzi wathu. Mukagwiritsa ntchito TNM poimba foni, kutumiza ma SMS, kugwiritsa ntchito internet kapena kugwiritsa ntchito mpamba, chaka chilichonse TNM idzipereka 1% kapena 1 kwacha pa 100 kwacha iliyonse ya ndalama zomwe yapanga kuti ithandizire pa chitukuko chomwe anthu akufuna mdera lawo. Tikabwera pamodzi ndi kugwirizana chimodzi, tikhoza kupanga zazikulu mmudzi wathu. TNM mudzi wathu. Umodzi unamanga mtolo. Ndondomeko zidzatsatidwa.
I choose to be smart. I choose to live a simple and easy life. I choose not to line up to pay my bills. This is why I go digital. Jump the queue. Pay your Lilongwe Water Board bills through mobile banking. Or you can pay through mobile money, as I always do. You can also check your water bill and balance by simply dialing *253#. With digital payments, you can save time and money. Be smart. Pay your bills on time.
Lilongwe Water Board.
Lilongwe Water Board. Portable water all the time for all.
Welcome back. A look at the headlines as we continue. United Kingdom says death penalty undermines human dignity. We have a full story. Southern Africa People's Solidarity Network implores countries to appeal for unconditional debt cancellation in the wake of COVID-19. Gazetting of the first open toll-gate fees sparks public outrage. And immigration officers at Songwe border under fire for demanding money from travelers, but no receipts are issued. Moving on with the news, the Ministry of Health says the country is expected to receive a third type of COVID-19 vaccine, Pfizer, before the end of this month. Principal Secretary for the Ministry of Health, Charles Mwansambo, has said this Friday after receiving 115,200 doses of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. Currently, the country administers two types of COVID-19 vaccine, Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca. but according to Dr. Mwansambo, Pfizer vaccines will be in the country soon. National Youth Council of Malawi, NICOM, says it intends to raise 1 billion kwacha between September and November this year and intends to benefit 1 million youths in the country through the Youth Basket, Youth Innovation Fund, a brainchild of the council. NICOM Executive Director Dingiswayo Jere, who said this at an unveiling ceremony of 2 brand ambassadors for the fund, Kelly Kay and Pempelo Mpande, said time is now for youths to rise and assist each other. Meanwhile, the 2 ambassadors say they will push the benefits of the initiative to Malawian youths. Andrew Viano has more in this report.
Speaking at the unveiling ceremony of 2 brand ambassadors for Youth Innovation Fund, National Youth Council of Malawi Chief Executive Officer Dingiswayo Jere says time is now for youth in the country to make contributions towards the fund and assist each other. Jere says they intend to mobilize 1 billion kwacha in the next 3 months and reach out to 1 million youths.
We want to make sure that within the next 3 months, we should be able to reach out to 1 million young people. Each one of them be able to contribute 1,000 kwacha, and then together we can put in a fund of 1 billion. From there, we want to make sure that we start with at least 100 young people that have got good innovative ideas. We support them. We see how they are growing. I'm sure you'll be able to agree with me. For the past a month or 2, we are reaching out to the young CEOs that are doing different businesses. We want to link the young ideas with those people that are already doing businesses as young people.
Pempelo Mpande, one of the brand ambassadors for the initiative, says he will take a leading role in familiarizing it amongst the youth.
My role in most cases will be to raising awareness about the fund, because the idea is that we've got a following that people follow, and then you've got to raise awareness about the fund so people know about it. Second thing, obviously, is the influencing itself. In that, because those people that are following you, they look up to you. You have to convince them about this initiative, this idea, because with every idea, you have to sell it.
Another ambassador, Kelly Kay, whose real name is Kelly Kambwiri, says he thinks time is now for youth to assist each other in boosting business ideas.
Posting stuff so that these young youth can see and follow. I'll try to raise awareness so they see, and I'll try my best to make their dreams come true.
Youth Innovation Fund is a brainchild of National Youth Council of Malawi and intends to reach out to youths with startup capital and financial support towards their business ideas for their growth. Over 50% of people in the country are the youth.
The Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources has expressed worry over the snail-pace approach of scaling up power generation activities in the country, arguing that this is depriving majority of Malawians an opportunity to access electricity. The committee's Vice Chairperson, George Katunga Milioni, suggests that government and electricity generation company Ejenco should start engaging reliable foreign partners to provide them with loans in order to enhance generation of power. Meanwhile, Ejenco Chief Executive Officer William Liabunya says they will soon start constructing new power generation sites at Mpatamanga and Salima and expand Wovwe and Kapichila hydropower stations in an effort to curb blackouts. Christopher Sandy reports.
The Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources is concerned with the slow pace of establishing new power generation sites in the country. The committee's vice chairperson, George Katunga Milioni, says this delay is depriving majority of Malawians an opportunity to access electricity. He thinks government and electricity generation company Ejenco should urgently engage reliable foreign partners to provide them with loans to implement power generation related projects.
Yeah, it is true. As a nation, we are moving at a slow pace, a snail's pace, with regards to the generation of power in Malawi. So as a committee, we are appealing to the company, probably through government, to negotiate for other loans so that similar projects can be established in the country.
He was speaking when the committee toured Tedzani 4 hydropower station, which is now generating 19.1 megawatts. Ejenco Chief Executive Officer William Liabunya says they intend to establish new power generation places at Mpatamanga and Salima with plans to extend Wovwe and Kapichira hydropower stations.
Currently, we're looking at Mpatamanga as the next hydro plant. Further down, we also have a potential at Kapichira, where we can have Kapichira Phase 3. We will be launching studies in the near future on the same. And we're also looking at Wovwe power plant that we want to double its capacity from 4.5 megawatts to 9 megawatts. And that is at an advanced stage because we are expecting to have the final report this coming September.
The country has spent 57 million United States dollars, largely funded by the Japanese government, to work on Tedzani 4, which has improved the national grid to hang at 330 megawatts. Reporting for Zodiac from Blantyre, this is...
And Forestry and Natural Resources Minister Nancy Tembo has dismissed claims by Central Pottery Managing Director Yasin Kasman that legal charcoal is not available in Malawi. Kasman then told journalists that his company had to make what was available to save chicken from the cold season, hence their continued use of illegal charcoal in the company. This follows an inspection recently when Ministry of Forestry and Natural Resources officials found that some manufacturers were using illegal charcoal in the production of goods in the country. However, Minister Nancy Tembo says legal charcoal is available in this country and those not using it have no excuse whatsoever.
These companies can use gas, they can use electricity, but they have opted for charcoal because for them it's a cheaper option. So they are looking at the profit margins. They're not really caring about our environment. So, but what we are doing is to link them and to make sure that the resources of alternative energy is available. We are trying to encourage alternative sources of energy. And on this one, we're working together with the Ministry of Energy.
And that's about what we have time for in this news edition. But before we go a look at the headlines. United Kingdom says death penalty undermines human dignity. Southern Africa People's Solidarity Network implores countries to appeal for unconditional debt cancellation. Gazetting the first open toll gate sparks public outrage. And immigration officers at Songwe border under fire for demanding money from travelers, but no receipts are issued. Visit our website zodiacmalawi.com for more news. My name is Twesa Ngosi. From the rest of the news crew, it's thanks for watching and bye for now.
The irresistible taste of the extra smooth classic peanut butter also contains natural proteins for your good health. Classic peanut butter can even be used as a gravy thickener, spread on bread, and an additional flavor for various dishes like rice,